Hi, this is Argonax, and we talk about things that don't matter. After a long wait, it looks like the final TF2 comic has finally arrived. It's been many years since the last TF2 comic, and many more years since this entire comic series even began. This comic series originally began as just like a little tie-in or a deeper dive into the TF2 Team Fortress 2 universe in order for fans to just see their other characters outside of the video game. These comics served as a great way to further flesh out the Team Fortress 2 universe, and allowed the Valve writers to truly stretch their legs when it comes to using these characters in different stories and scenarios. Because while most people might know the Team Fortress 2 characters from the Meet the Team videos, those serve as only a tiny snippet of the entire Team Fortress universe. These comics were amazing. They're hilarious as well.
Whoa, slow down, youngster. You might trip and start a fire, and fire is nobody's friend.
That's enough, Pyro. You're launching bone shards everywhere. Some of us are naked here.
And for the longest time, the last issue was tantalizingly lying there in the TF2 website, just saying, coming soon. For years, it stayed like this. Nobody knew when it was coming. An entire generation came and went between issue 6 and issue 7. Team Fortress 2 had changed in so many ways that it's even hard to comprehend. For example, the game itself hasn't received a meaningful game update in years now. People assumed that the game was dead, or at least stagnating. There were outcries, movements, petition signings, and everything in between. All just because people wanted this game to have more. And now, from the looks of it, we actually do have a little more. Hi Internet Wanderer, my name's Argonax. I make video reviews, essays, commentaries, and shorts. I hope you enjoy my content enough to do all the YouTube things such as liking and subscribing, and special thanks to all the channel members who help keep the channel going. Their contributions and support mean the world to me, and it helps make sure that I keep making content. But enough of all that, let's get back to the topic at hand. It was released today, December 20th, 2024, the final issue of the Team Fortress comic, issue number 7, The Days Have Worn Away. This was actually revealed to us by Valve a few months ago, and while I won't go into every single detail about this comic, I will put the link below in the description if you want to read it yourself, and I'm also showing it on screen. I won't break down the story beat for beat. I think the story is very much worth it to view it yourself. But if I had to rate it, this is an amazingly funny, very charming, and surprisingly somewhat serious story for Team Fortress. Well, relative to the other comics, that is. But it didn't sacrifice any of that Team Fortress charm or comedy that it's known for. I'm sorry if this video is going to come off as a little unscripted, because it is. I literally just saw the notification that this comic came out today, like a couple hours ago. And at first I thought it wasn't true, but lo and behold, there it was. This comic comes at a rather surprising time for Valve and for Team Fortress. It seems like the 2020s has become a decade of celebration for Valve. They celebrated Steam's 20-year anniversary, Half-Life 1's 25th year anniversary, and Half-Life 2's 20th anniversary. And now, this long-awaited final comic, granted it's a little smaller in scale compared to these other grand celebrations, it came only a few months after Half-Life 2 celebration. I don't know, maybe this is just me reading into it too much, but I really do think that Valve is working on a lot of things that involve like a big comeback, a big resurgence, because there was no real reason to make this comic other than the fact that they listed it on the website that it was coming. Sure, they might have been working on it. In fact, several months ago, people at Valve actually confirmed that they were working on this comic. This happened roughly around the same time as the Fix TF2 movement, so maybe it got a little smothered by all of the drama surrounding that situation. But at least now, Valve and Team Fortress and its games and whatnot is in a rather good spot. People are cautiously optimistic, other than Half-Life fans getting blue-balled at the Game Awards, but you know, when is that not the case?
This year,
It's not Half-Life. It's not Half-Life.
If you truly love video games like I do, this moment is for all of us.
And that moment does not include Half-Life 3, I'll tell you that much. I know a lot of you are starting to thinking like, oh, it's Half-Life 3. It's not.
But the final Team Fortress 2 comic is here, And I just refuse to believe that that's all Team Fortress is getting. I am convinced that they're working on a big update for Team Fortress. I don't know what it will be. I don't know what will be in it. But I know for a fact that Valve knows by releasing this comic, it's going to put eyes on Team Fortress. And while this comic is great and amazing, and I, again, highly would recommend you reading it, I'd like to believe that Valve knows that if they're doing this, it's also like a soft, indirect promise to the Team Fortress community that, hey, we didn't forget about you guys, and we might have one more update up our sleeve for you. So I think this update is truly a sign that good things are coming for Team Fortress. Again, not to really spoil the comic, but the comic ends with all of the mercenaries and all the characters coming together to celebrate the holidays. They have a Christmas dinner together, and the way that the comic ends with Scout literally talking to you, the viewer, the reader, saying that, hey, you made it. I know that things have been long, but we're here. And all of this couldn't have been done without you, the viewer, the fan, the player. It's like the entire cast of Team Fortress is looking you straight in the eye and say, yeah, thank you for supporting us all this time, but don't worry, we'll be back. This game means a lot of things to a lot of people, and I know that a lot of people have thought that Team Fortress was over. It was done. It's still around, still gets a decent amount of players, but we shouldn't look forward to any big update. But I really think that this comic is a sign that brighter times are coming. If I can critique the comic just a little bit without spoiling anything that happens, I am happy that the comic opens with a dedication to the voice actor of Soldier, Rick May. He sadly passed away a few years ago. And a lot of this comic actually does feature Soldier. Soldier is pretty much the main character almost of this comic. It's really wholesome and great to see. And if I had to express one little bit of a disappointment with the comic, it's just a little sad that my boys, Demoman and Sniper, didn't get a bigger role in the comic. Now that I think about it, I don't think Demoman had a single speaking line. Well, it's not really speaking, since nobody's actually speaking. It's just a line. He didn't have a single line in the entire comic. But whatever, they had to balance a lot of things between tying up the entire story while still maintaining a time jump and also trying their best at still being funny, which they very much succeeded. So to finally end this video, please, again, I would implore you to read the comic. If you've never even read the previous comic, this is a better time than any, because finally the comic series is done. All 7 issues and all the extra spin-off issues, they're all there on the website down below. They're great pieces of comic. In fact, all of Valve's comics are usually very good. I've read all the Dota ones and they're also amazing. It's really fitting that this comic came out the time that it did, 5 days before Christmas, and that leads me to believe that, hey, what if maybe in the future we can expect a big Team Fortress gift for us, the players, from Valve, maybe sometime soon? Is this wishful thinking? Yeah, but then again, I know that there's Team Fortress 2 fans out there who wished for this comic to come and thought it never would, but here we are. So who knows, anything can happen at this point. And I'm just happy that Team Fortress is getting more content. And hopefully it'll get even more content in the future. Thanks for watching, Internet Wanderer. Do the YouTube things.